so glad you're here today for this energy clearing life force meditation podcast episode. And if I repurpose this at some point to be part of a course, I'm going to be okay with it opening for the podcast and then turning into a bundle or an offering or a course or something like that, because the topic today is so sexy. Oh my gosh. And when you tap into the energy of this, it's game changing. This is game changing, people. I have to tell you, this is the one thing that when I changed this, it changed my money flow. Like it changed everything. So here's the question. Is lack your fire? Have you let lack be the thing that fires you into action? Do you allow this hungriness or lack of food or having the power turn out or the water get cut off or losing your house? Or is there something where you've let lack of everything be this like laser beam of now I'm going to get into action. Now I'm going to do the thing. Now I'm going to create. Now I'm going to create. So I used that for years. Like I can't even count how many years that was um, a guiding principle. And basically, it somehow got tied into the crazy of raising my children. And so somehow this, I wanted to spend time with them. And when I spent time with them, I wasn't making money. And when I wasn't making money, our money was running out. And so there was this push of time. It was such a crazy reality. So anywhere you've allowed lack to be your driving force, if that's something you'd like to change, acknowledge you can change it. You can change it. You can have everything you desire. You can have time with the kids, and it can be easy, and there can be cash flow. And they're not all tied in some crazy ball of yarn that needs to be untangled every single day. Welcome to my past. So you might be like, Erica, this is all very well and good that you're not in lack anymore and that, your kids are getting older. But I just want to bring in the view or the opportunity of seeing it all in more light. One of the things that is going to help you is tucking away a little bit every time something comes in. And as that padded ground of your savings gets thicker and thicker and thicker, as that padded ground of your savings becomes, $50,000 or $100,000 or some number that you never believed you could have as a nice thick pad between you and the world. Or it's just something that we often don't allow ourselves to have. Yeah. Because if you've let lack fuel you and then you have savings, where's your fuel? Right? So anywhere where you've confused lack and fuel, would you be willing to just look at it differently today? Like, that's interesting. Lack was really a lack released lack releases cortisol. So when you get afraid, you release chemicals inside your body. So like if you think about being in a near miss car crash or being in a near miss plane crash or something like that, you can look at the cortisol, the fight or flight juices that get released in your body, right? Um, those juices are activational, right? Like those juices do work to activate actions and behavior. Like it might allow someone whose weighs not very much to lift a whole car or something if they're trying to stop the car from crushing their grandmother or something, right? So it's not that lack can't release energy to allow you to have more. It's not that it can't. It's just that, is it the only way you can be in creation? Is it the only way that you can wake up and feel intentional and focused and into whatever it is you want to create? Is it the only way? And of course it isn't. It can't be the only way. Nothing's ever the only way. In fact, when I was a news reporter, I remember people would tell me they had the only something to do something. They were trying to get a news story, right? And it always put my BS detector up pretty high, because there is never the only way. There's always lots of ways to get everything done. There's never just one way. So then you say, well, okay, that's interesting. Now let me give you another little clue. Like attracts like. So if you're in lack and you're in struggle and you're creating from this huge lack and struggle, then you're going to attract people who are in lack and struggle. I know. And then when you ask for money, they're going to be like, oh, whew." So not only is creating from lack something that you don't have to do anymore and you can just choose to do something different, but additionally, you're inadvertently burying yourself deeper into the hole that you built already so that you could climb out of it, so you had motivation to get to the light. Right? You're like, I'm in the dark, I'm covered with dirt, I got to get out, I got to get light, I know there's something better, I know there's something better, dig, 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 dig. Yeah, right. And I'm not saying it's never, like nothing's now or have never, nothing's absolute. Yeah, I just want to show you that when you create from a space of, wouldn't this be super fun? Like, wouldn't this be flippin' amazing if I created from a place of all the different things that might show up and be in alignment to help me, right? So I got this nudge to create this episode for you on creation from lack. And if you're doing this, there is a solution. You don't have to do it anymore. You just simply don't. You don't have to. In fact, it's rarely going to shift you into havingness if you're operating from lack. What happens when you operate from lack? Okay, I can't say this happens to everybody. What often might happen when you're operating from lack is that you make other choices that end up back in lack. So you might be, oh, I'll take care of that bill and take care of that bill, take care of that bill. And then you take care of 27 bills, but you didn't put any in your savings and you forgot to put food in the house. And all of a sudden, okay, some things are working, but a lot of things aren't. So the only thing that I will recommend, and I remember being where this was challenging, and I remember being where this wasn't that easy, but I do recommend putting 10 to 20%. For me, it was 20% was the magic number aside of every dollar that comes in. And when that becomes ease, then you'll always have a nest egg. And when you always have a nest egg, you're never operating from lack. And when you're operating from abundance, then you can have more abundance and you can attract more people who have abundance and you can attract more havingness people and you can be in the havingness mindset and then, oh my gosh, right, then you wake up and you go, well, what will be even better, like what will be even more fun? Like every single day I wake up and I say to myself, before I get out of bed, before I put a feet on the floor, and I say, what amazing miracles might happen for me today? What's something really awesome that might show up today? What opportunity might show up that I might say yes to today? And I wake up before I put my feet on the floor, before I get out of bed, unless I have to go to the bathroom or something. Then I go back to bed and do it then. TMI. Okay. So what amazing thing might happen for you today? And thank you for listening. I love that you're listening. This podcast just grew out of a need for me to share myself shifting into the light and that journey of being in the light. So I have so much more to give, but this is all I'm going to give for today. Thank you so much for listening. And you can always find out more at energyclearingforlife.com. And I appreciate you.